Hello, hello, welcome in. My name is Kenneth Berenson. I channel energies, I correct energies, I can feel what needs correction. We're working on many different levels here. We are working with the mind to correct the mind. We are working also with the other centers, the energy centers. And some call them chakras, energy centers. They are these chakras. And today we're going to talk particularly about the solar plexus. The solar plexus center is your power center. The first that happens is that there's a landing, right? There's a landing of the inspiration to ascend. There is a ping pong going on all the time from higher intelligence down and up. But the building of you as a being that is able to host the light, to be the holy chalice. You are all the holy chalice. It's your body. Your body is the holy chalice, right? It's one of those things that's like no one, it's like it's so just that's the thing. Your body is the holy temple. Your body is the holy grail. Your body is the... How many ways do you want to hear it? It's not out there. Stop looking at it in some scrolls in the, like Indiana Jones style. There's so many movies that we remember about these things. And so, one of the things with the solar plexus is that after you have gotten foundation, you feel safely grounded, you trust Gaia, and you have developed enough confidence that you're able to express yourself. The second chakra, express yourself. Sexuality, it doesn't need to be sexual. We need to get that. This is the creative force. That is not meant to leak out in that center. It's meant to continue to rise. And then we come to the power center, right? How well do we feel? How safe do we feel to sort of like maneuver the world? That's this power center. And even something so simple as like this hunching over is cutting off the circulation. I don't know if you can see, if I blue, I'm not sure how well this, but it just cuts it just makes the energy go different. But if you, even just doing this helps a lot, because your posture allows for a different energy flow, which allows for more energy to flow so that it flows better and so that it can fill up all the chakras, both down and up. That produces even different thoughts sometimes, in certain cases. It depends. So that is super important to start to practice just a healthy posture. And when it comes to the power center is very linked to the throat. They sort of go hand in hand. It's usually, that is the mirror. What are you feeling? This is what everything has to do with those two usually when it comes to relating with others. It's those two. It's what are you feeling? Someone is trying to mess with something. They're not speaking, right? And you can feel that here. If you're speaking lies, the other person will feel that in the power center, or manipulation, right? There is a link between these two, right? The heart is in the middle, but the two is voice and solar plexus. Because if you're in the dualistic perspective and you are playing these power games, you are sort of stuck. You're imbalanced in these areas because you're speaking something that is an imbalance, and you will feel it yourself even unless you have numbed yourself to it. Because sometimes it can be so normal and we have tension in those areas and we don't know what it can be. Well, this is what it is. And so when we start to clearly work out the kinks in our field and in our energy field, so that all of these patterns of behavior that we are having are being set in place where they need to be set in place for whatever it is that is going on within you. Meaning your body. Meaning, what do you need, body? What do you need? Okay, this is happening. That means that I'm speaking something that is off. Okay. So how about coming from a different perspective even? Sometimes it's just because this produces a perspective. That is usually, there's usually a sentiment to this hunched over, feeling like you have to do. But if you lean back and sort of sit in yourself, you are sort of feeling that there is an internal energy flow that you can feel more when you are straight. And pay attention to what you're feeling. Pay attention to your body. What is your body telling you? Every single thing in your body is trying to speak to you. But you can also work with that and allow for the body. We assist with getting into these states where we allow the body full openness. Just full openness, and allow that to sort of just open. We can feel that. It's a lot of movement here. We're just feeling a little something we're working on here in the solar plexus and in the back of the heart. We gain more sensitivity to something that was going on there, that we are feeling. And so we're working on the solar plexus now. And that can easily transfer and just let that sensation move as it wants to move. Your we just keep the momentum and keep the focus and let the body do its thing. And then we calibrate. Ooh, relax. Ooh, feel your body. Ooh, we're noticing that we're working on the second chakra here. Ooh, sort of like the dantian type, the inside. It doesn't matter what we call it, but it's in there. Don't sway the body too much with your posture. Keep a straight posture. Don't overdo it, right? There is a middle point where you will feel like the head is sort of like, it feels much easier. You can sort of feel for it. And then the energy starts to move easier. There's something in there. Some of you might need like a little pillow in the back to kind of get that up. That's very helpful. This is a very good meditation posture. It is important to consider when you are wanting to flow subtle energies and you want to elevate. It's important to keep the balance, everything in balance. And keep feeling like there is movement here. And when you allow for this, you allow for a more natural energy flow through your body. And that has an effect on your thoughts, on your mood, on your everything, on your deepening. And from here, it's easier to listen to your body. But if you go here or any other like these positions, it's very easy to hinge the energy in some way. And so that you're not allowing that natural flow of energy so that you can fully feel what's happening in your body. Because then you can feel for nuances of energy. You can feel for nuances of just sort of like energy distortions. You can actually feel them. Where there is some tension. And then we can just allow that energy flow. And just allow Gaia to gift you. This is the time to open up. You can get into appreciation for yourself, for the path that where you are, that you are here in a body, and that what seeming things that you think is going on is actually just a perception, and you can change your perception at any given moment. Your perception is what can be altered very easily by a being that is willing and is seeing what is going on and seeing the connections and being focused enough to see the truth and see the connections in everything. eventually, all of what will happen is that you are scanning your body. You can feel your body and what's going on inside of your body. And you can sort of sense for little nuances. And what is interesting is that when you start to pay attention to one of these distortions, pick one. I'm sure you could find one. Or numbness, that's a good one too. If there's an area you feel nothing, start to just focus in on that area of your body. There's no thoughts, there's only focus. And when you're focused in on it, just feel it. Sometimes you can feel it sort of grow. And if you stick with it, you can sort of feel it changing. At first we thought, oh wow, it's alive, it's a thing in there. But it's not that. It's like feeling something that is sort of a little bit out of balance. And so sometimes even just correcting posture at the same time as you are feeling subtly, allowing the energy to move through your body from the top down and down up. And that thing that you're feeling, when it shifts, it's actually something being put back into place. Sometimes it can take a couple of days to get to, by the way. This is not something that comes just like that. This is one of those things that you can add in your 28-day goal. And then just work on being good at transmuting energy. That means that you are focused on that thing, not wanting it to change one bit, not needing it to be different, not desiring something to happen, but just truly observing and sensing that area morph things. That is how we literally piece yourself back together. Perhaps you have another way of seeing energy. Perhaps you are seeing visually. We are feeling energy. We are using that sense. That is the sense that we are speaking mostly from. But we are giving sense to the feeling. These are the areas that many will say is unconscious in many beings. But that is what we are assisting you to become conscious of. This is how we can expand our abilities as human beings into developing more of the capabilities that a human being is capable of. And it takes practice, just like anything else. Just like riding a bicycle, you practice intuition in order to get good at it. You're not just born with it. Some are, and that's okay. That means that they have developed this from other lifetimes. There is no competition, although there are different levels of who is actually further ahead and have a better comprehension. So there are, but that's not a competition. That just means that, I should listen to that person because they got it going on, type of thing, right? There is no competition. That is an egoic construct. There is nothing like that. There is only, we are here. And we are here to be the best light that we can be. And that is how it's happened. Like, if this is what excites you, that's how you know. That's how you know it's for you. It is following that joy and excitement. But first, sometimes there might be some old cobwebs that we need to transform and transmute. And this is how we can do that. And so if you're interested to dive deeper into self-healing and things like that, we highly encourage you to check out the link below. There are many options to dive deeper into this consciousness game and even join the shifts that we're doing every single day. We're sending you so much love and so many blessings to your day. Take care. Ciao.